Slow down a bit, please. Brake. Brake more. Brake. Hey guys, I hope you're all well. For any of you that are learning to drive, I would highly recommend downloading the Ultimate Driving course. There are 38 easy to understand videos covering every single topic required to pass the driving test. Just watch the video before the driving lesson related to the topic you are covering on that day. This will provide you with the correct knowledge on that subject, which means you'll know exactly what to do. So you'll get into the car fully prepared, which will speed up learning. This will definitely save you time and money on driving lessons. The course is still available at the special offer one-off fee, which gives you access to all of the videos for 12 months. And here is a short video review from someone who successfully passed their driving test using the Ultimate Driving course.
Hi guys, I'm Callum, I'm 18 and I'm from Warrington. Today I'm talking about the Ultimate Driving course. So, I heard about the course from DJ Driving, the YouTube channel, watching Pin doing like mock tests and stuff. And I bought it because I looked on the site, there's like loads of videos, and I bought it mainly because it cost the same price of like one lesson, right? And if I can just save 1, 2 or 3 lessons, you know, that's money well spent. And I've used it. I feel like I saved at least 5 lessons just from knowing the knowledge before actually going on the lessons. That's what made me buy it. And I think everyone who's had a driving lesson knows that stress and worry, you know, it's not even the test, it's the lessons as well, because you don't want to mess up on your lessons. So everyone knows that stress, but the videos obviously help you because you're going into that lesson knowing exactly what you're going to do. And just having that knowledge just makes that lesson faster and you feel a lot better. And having that knowledge isn't just before a lesson, because obviously after a lesson you can forget things. So if you carry on watching the videos after your lesson, you're not going to forget that knowledge. So it's just going to help you on your next lesson. And the three lessons that helped me the most were dual carriageways, because I'm terrible at them. Parallel parking, because I was terrible at that as well. And then reverse bay parking. And just watching them videos just helped me, you know, understand it more. Just because obviously my driving instructor's great, but just having them videos to fall back on, they just help a ton, honestly. And now that I've passed my test, it just feels like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. And I feel like it's one of them huge obstacles in life, because it's a big stress, and it just feels like a big obstacle that I've got past, and now I just feel a lot better. And then if I had to sum up the Ultimate Driving course in one sentence, I'd say it's a great learning tool. And for the price, you can't fault it.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today we have another mock driving test, and this learner is coming all the way from Oxford, so I'm waiting here at the train station. Her name's Kenia, and as many of you know, the learners that turn up here, they haven't had lessons from me. They just want me to assess their driving to see if they're ready for the driving test or not. And so it helps them out, and hopefully these videos help you guys out as well. So yeah, let's see where she is. Okay, I think that's her. How you doing, Kenia? Yeah.
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. It's Kenia, yeah.
Yeah, Kenia. Yeah.
Take a seat. Just to let you know, the cameras are recording, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Have you got a mask as well?
Yeah, I do.
How's the journey down?
Yeah, it's alright, very easy.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah.
It's Kenia, that's how you pronounce your name?
Yeah,
Kenia,
yeah.
Cool. Okay, Kenia, so you're going to start from here, we'll just start from the train station, yeah?
Yeah, that's
Is that right?
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about your driving.
I've done about like 20 hours.
Yeah.
And I haven't, obviously I haven't booked in my test yet because you can't yet, but yeah, that's...
How do you feel about your driving? Do you think you're kind of ready for your test, or you're not sure, or what?
I don't know, I think I might be, but I'm not sure, yeah.
Okay, so the main issues with your driving, do you know what they are? Is there anything that you feel like
I can't really park. I could do like front bay parking, but I can't do like parallel.
Okay. Have you done that with your instructor?
No, not yet, no.
Okay, so that's something I'll leave out, because obviously you know what, we're going to do like a mock test here,
Yeah.
so I'm not really going to help you out with much.
Okay.
It was going to you've seen the videos, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so any faults you do make, we just talk about them at the end.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that you like, you haven't done that maneuver, so I won't obviously make you do that maneuver.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we don't want to do the parallel part, because
Okay.
if you haven't done it with your instructor, it's going to be a total mess. Mind you, it might be good. It might be good for the viewers. Yeah.
See how it goes along. Yeah.
So the maneuvers that you've done, the forward bay park, you said.
Yeah.
Have you done the reverse bay parking?
I've only done it like once.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
can make you do either one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so you know how it works. Like I said,
Yeah.
the faults, I won't mention them during the drive. At the
Okay.
end, we'll talk about how it went, yeah.
Okay.
And obviously, for people that are viewing, I do talk about the faults just before they happen. The serious faults, you've seen some of the videos, haven't you?
Yeah.
The serious faults might be marked in
In red.
good, and the normal driving faults in amber, yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so do you know how many serious faults you're allowed on your test?
None.
Yeah, 0,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Cool. So the examiner can make you follow a sat nav, yeah, which we won't be doing today. Okay, I'll make you follow signs instead, because they can make you follow signs as well. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Right then. So any questions before we start?
No.
Obviously, you haven't driven this car before.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a total new area. You're from Oxford, you said. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Oxford. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, whenever you're ready,
Okay.
if you could.
How do you start? Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we need the key.
Okay.
There you go. And to start the car, you need to put the clutch down in this car. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what car you're leaning in, or no?
It's like a I think it's a Renault something.
Okay, Renault.
Yeah.
So the car's going to feel different as well.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
no worries. So keep the clutch down
Okay.
and turn the key.
Okay.
Cool. Is your seat comfortable? Is it okay?
Yeah. Is it? How do you move it back forward?
Just from there.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Kenya selects first gear instead of reverse. Obviously, Kenya isn't familiar with the car, so I help her out and don't mark this as a fault.
Okay. Reverse gear in the car, yeah, you need to lift the button up from the front.
Where?
There's a button just there.
Okay.
Yeah. Just pull that up, then all the way to the left and up.
Right.
Okay?
Kenya carries out good observations when reversing out of the bay.
So just follow the arrows out of here, yeah?
Okay.
Instead of selecting gear 2, Kenya selects gear 4. She then goes back into gear 1, which slows our vehicle down.
Following the road to the left, yeah.
Okay.
After we turn left, we're going to be turning right.
Alright.
So as soon as you turn left, we're going to be turning right, yeah. So you do at the moment, studying in that, or?
Yeah, I'm doing A levels at the moment.
Oh, okay, cool. Turn right, please. Turning right here at the lights.
Oh, sorry.
How are you feeling being filmed whilst
It's
driving?
a bit nerve-wracking, yeah.
When entering the new road, we have a choice of 2 lanes. It's better to select the left lane so you are in the normal driving position, as the right hand lane is used for overtaking or turning right. Kenya selects the right hand lane, which is fine, but this does lead to a serious driving fault.
And at the roundabout, we'll be taking the second exit to the left.
Okay.
At the roundabout, we are taking the second exit. Kenya comes over to the left lane, which is good, but then leaves the left signal on, and this would lead to other road users to assume that we are taking the first exit. On the driving test, when no instructions are given by the examiner, you should continue straight ahead. Kenia is in the left-hand lane, which is marked for turning left. She continues in the left lane and goes the wrong way. Going the wrong way is not a driving fault, as long as you've done everything safely. Ahead there are parked vehicles, so Kenia will have to move over to the right. She checks the mirrors and moves over well. Here we have a choice of two lanes that can both be used to continue straight ahead. You can use the middle lane, but then you'll end up in the right hand lane ahead. But if you stick to the left, this will be easier as you won't have to change lanes. If you do find yourself in the right hand lane, make sure you come back to the left when it's safe to do so. As I mentioned earlier, the right hand lane is for overtaking or turning right. Kenia builds up speed well on this dual carriageway.
Turning coming up on the right, please.
Right.
Yeah.
This right turn Kenia does well. She changes the lanes well and gets a good position when waiting for the oncoming vehicles.
Just here at the lights.
Yeah.
Park up anywhere safe on the left, please.
When parking up, Kenia touches the curb. I'm thinking about the damage to my wheel.
And move off when you're ready, please.
Kenia moves off well with good observations.
Of the road, if you could turn left for me, please.
Okay.
When turning left, you should check the centre mirror and then the left mirror, as you will be steering towards the left. Kenia doesn't check the left mirror. Apart from that, Kenia does this uphill junction well and shows good control. Kenia shows good awareness and holds back well for the oncoming vehicles. She also does good mirror checks before moving off. The speed limit changes from 30 to 20 miles per hour. Kenia notices this and slows down in time.
Just after the lights, there's a car park on the left which I want you to go into, please.
Okay.
Now we're going to enter a car park and I'll ask Kenia to do the reverse bay park maneuver.
Just here.
When entering the car park, Kenia is a bit too quick and gets close to the barrier as we enter.
And if you could do the reverse bay park, so I've got a bit more forward, then you can do the reverse bay park into one of these bays.
Okay.
You can use the left or the right bays, whichever ones you want here,
Okay.
to reverse into here.
Yeah.
Kenia does really good observations during the maneuver, constantly checking out of the back and the blind spot. When finishing up, our vehicle is slightly closer to one line than the other. This would have been okay, but Kenia decides to readjust, which is fine. After moving forward, she didn't check all around before reversing.
Is that fun?
Okay, you done?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. So if you could just drive around to the right, yeah, because
Okay.
it's a one-way, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll drive to the right and we'll drive back out the car park.
Alright.
Kenia makes a good decision to overtake the bus, but doesn't check the centre and right mirrors before steering to the right to overtake. This left turn Kenia does well. It's downhill, so the car will pick up speed. After selecting second gear, she releases the clutch pedal and uses the brake pedal to control the speed, which is good.
At the end of the road, if you could turn left, please.
Okay.
When approaching this T-junction, Kenia should have selected first gear slightly earlier and used clutch control. This would have enabled her to move off as soon as she saw it was clear, but she left here a bit late, which meant she wasn't prepared to go even though it was safe and clear. She did show good control when moving off though. When building up speed on an uphill road, you should change the gears later than normal. Kenia does this well. For detailed demonstrations on this and every other topic required to pass the driving test, check out the Ultimate Driving course.
And if you could turn right, please. It's first turning out.
On this right turn, Kenia positions slightly too far forward.
Park up anywhere safe on the left, please.
When parking up, Kenia parks opposite another vehicle. This narrows the space in the road. This could have been avoided if she had stopped just slightly further on.
And move off when you're ready, please.
When entering a new road, if it's clear and safe to do so, you should build up the speed to the speed limit, and Kenia does build up speed well on this dual carriageway.
Left, if you could follow signs to Warsaw for me.
Okay. What's it called?
Warsaw.
Warsaw.
Warsaw, yeah. Guess you never heard of Warsaw before.
No.
As we are waiting to turn left, the green filter arrow appears on the lights, which means anyone who is turning left can continue. The red light is for traffic going straight ahead. The lead car in the middle lane assumes that the light is green and drives through the red light. Definitely a serious fault there.
noticed it then as well. Just wondering how you got there.
Yeah, it's awful.
Signs to Cosley for me. So there's going to be 2 signboards. Yeah, you won't see on the first one, you'll see on the second one.
At this roundabout, Kenia isn't too sure which exit to take, so she asks, which is fine. It's best to start counting the exits as soon as you enter the roundabout. Kenia asked just as she reached her exit, so was a bit late in positioning to the left. When driving at higher speeds, you've really got to plan ahead and anticipate what could happen so that you are ready to react. The traffic lights change and Kenia is approaching too fast. I had to intervene.
Okay, brake more, brake. I'm following now. If you could turn right at this roundabout, 3rd exit please.
At this spiral roundabout, Kenia follows the markings well, but forgets to signal before entering the roundabout. At this roundabout, we are going straight ahead and can use both the left lane and centre lane. It's best to use the left lane so you will exit onto the left lane. Kenia decides to select the centre lane, which is fine, but after entering the roundabout, she moves to the left and cuts across too close to the lorry. She should have stayed in her lane and exited onto the right hand lane. At this roundabout, I've asked Kenia to turn right 3rd exit, which is a U-turn. She takes a wrong exit, but this isn't her fault, as the exit she takes is also towards the right, so she was still in the correct lane for that exit.
If you could turn right 4th exit.
And she does the same at the following roundabout. As we approach this roundabout, there are vehicles waiting to enter and the gap to get through is very narrow. To go through a narrow gap like this one, your vehicle should be very slow, what we call a walking pace. Kenia is too fast and I have to ask her to slow down.
Which will be going straight ahead 2nd exit. Slow down a bit please.
You'll see me panicking a little.
Slow down a bit please.
When entering this roundabout, there is another vehicle to our right which is obstructing our view. We haven't got the best view, but Kenia decides to go when the car next to us went. The roundabout was clear, so this wasn't a serious driving fault, but you should only go when you can see it's safe. We do discuss this at the end of the test.
And at this roundabout, continue straight ahead 2nd exit please.
Here Kenia shows really good awareness by noticing the pedestrian crossing and not driving past until she can see there is enough space ahead. She also shows good lane discipline after entering the roundabout.
press safe on the left.
Now we're going to end the test here. Let's find out if Kenya noticed any of the faults she made.
Okay, and if you could switch off the engine, it's going to end the test here now, yeah?
Alright.
Okay, Kenia, how do you think you did?
Not very well.
Not very well.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think you failed?
Yeah, for sure.
On what?
Like when the car was like coming forward on the roundabout and I went too quickly in between and I like hit the curb like twice.
So let's talk about that roundabout. You said the car was coming. Do you mean when?
It was like, I think it was like pulling out or turning into the other lane.
Was that on the approach?
I think so, yeah.
There's one point when we were approaching the roundabout, we were going to use the left lane and there was traffic in the middle lane and you were going through the gap, yeah, and I asked you to slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that what you're on about, or is this something else?
Yeah, no, that's all.
Okay, yeah. So that was we didn't enter the roundabout yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that was on the approach. Look, that gap. I think that's one of your main issues. Overall, yeah, you know, you're driving, the way you handle the car, the way you deal with a lot of stuff. It's really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
You seem quite confident when you're driving. Yeah, I know you're saying it was being filmed and that, and you had a new car. Yeah, it's quite nerve-wracking. But the way you're driving, I love the way you build up your speed.
Okay.
Yeah, when it's clear, you should be building up your speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, what you need to do is just plan a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, about what's coming up ahead and what could happen.
Okay.
That's the main thing that's missing from your driving.
Yeah.
You put that in your driving, it's going to be like perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like at those amber lights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what does that amber light mean?
It's to slow down.
Amber light means stop if it's safe to do so.
Yeah.
And was it safe to stop there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have easily stopped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I waited. There was no one behind us.
Okay.
Yeah. No one close behind us, and we could have easily stopped there. Yeah.
Okay.
But you left it too late. Okay, see, that's the kind of thing, you know, when you're driving at high speeds as well, we're on a dual carriage, you should be thinking, okay, what if those lights change? What am I going to do? Yeah, that's something you're not doing at the moment, is it?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing you need to add in. We call it planning and awareness.
Yeah.
And with that gap as well, I know you probably thought, I could get through there, but that gap was really narrow.
Yeah.
You could have got through there, but not at that speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you'd slowed down, and then gone through it slowly, you would have been fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was like the gap was quite narrow for that speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are your two main serious faults. Like one, that's stopping at the amber lights.
Okay.
And the other one was with the like I say, with that narrow gap when you try to go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
And near the start, this one, getting a bit harsh, but we're at it's a massive roundabout. Yeah. It was controlled by traffic lights, and I should take the second exit towards the left.
Yeah.
And you signal left.
Yeah.
Yeah, should you have signal left for the second exit?
No.
And you left the signal on, yeah.
Yeah.
That was right near the stop when we left the train station, yeah. Okay. We had a similar roundabout afterwards, and you did it fine there.
Okay.
Okay. So that's probably nothing that you need like a lot of work on or anything. You just just remembered. Yeah. And one of the roundabouts, you signalled right on approach, and the signal cancelled after your lane change. Yeah.
Okay.
But then you didn't signal again.
Yeah.
And it's a major roundabout. There's other vehicles waiting to enter.
Okay.
So the examiner could mark that down as a serious. I have known some examiners to let learners off with it, but obviously here on these mock tests, I'm going to tell you of every fault that that could be serious, so it doesn't happen on your driving test. Yeah, so if signal does cancel. So always make sure you reapply. Yeah. Okay. So those are your main faults. Yeah. Okay. Again, personally, I think it's nothing that needs loads of work on. Just a bit more. You need to go back to remember when you did your theory test.
Yeah.
The hazard perception. Yeah. Looking out for what's coming, looking out for every hazard.
I was really bad at that.
Okay. Yeah. That's what you need to like do in your driving. You know, when you're driving, just think, what's a hazard ahead? What could happen? So I don't want you to start overreacting to the lights. Say if the lights are green and thinking, they could change and start braking.
Yeah.
Just like easing off the gas. I will like explain it in the video, like a few situations. We're approaching green lights, and then instead of like, you don't want to speed up more, either maintain that speed or even just come off the gas just a touch.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to slow down too much on green lights. Yeah, but you got to be thinking, what if they change? You were like building up your speed more. Okay. So just rein it back a little bit. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else I forgot? Yeah, you know when you touch the curb.
Yeah, I've never done that before.
Yeah, you gave my tire a good scrape there. Yeah, but don't worry, it's happened before anyway. Yeah, okay. But that one, you wouldn't fail your test for that.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
So unless there was somebody there.
Yeah.
Unless you really whacked it really hard. Yeah, luckily our speed was nice and slow. Okay, so that was a driving fault.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a serious fault. And the other thing, I think, the only thing that needs mentioning is, you know, when you do your roundabouts, yeah, again, approaching, again, you seem pretty confident. You're taking gaps which a lot of drivers, probably learners, wouldn't take. Yeah, just think about it a little bit more. A couple of times we did get a little bit lucky that the cars were a bit slow. So just having a quick glance, the car next to you is going, so you were just going as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, just think about it a bit more. But it's good that you're not hesitant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. But I think you could probably have assess it a little bit more. Okay. And on the roundabouts, when you're taking an exit, you took, I think it's about 3 or 4 times you took the wrong exit. Yeah, I actually just turn right third exit. You took the second exit. Yeah, but that was still a right turn.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a serious fault.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we had to do a U-turn because you took the wrong turn. I said turn right fourth exit. Then you took the third exit.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it was still a right turn though.
Yeah.
So you did it all safely. Yeah, you're in the correct lane for it. So it's not a fault that would mark down. Then eventually just had to actually do a U-turn at that mini roundabout so we could get back on. So how do you think you could solve that issue of knowing which exit you got to take?
Just count them as you go around.
Just count them.
Yeah.
Just make sure you count them. And before the roundabout, always ask what number exit is and count them. On one of the roundabouts, we were taking the third exit, and you asked just at the last minute as you're about to exit, oh, is it that one? You were lucky there was no car there. Yeah, but you did check your mirrors.
Yeah.
Say there was cars there, you would have found it difficult to get back over. So it's fine to ask, but ask earlier and count the exits. Yeah.
Alright.
Hopefully that helps you out.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and please do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.